Pull up, grab the fuel nozzle, and get ready to fuel up on trends and strategies to grow your travel center business in this episode of the Truck Stops Here, brought to you by NATSO. Now, here's your host, Amy Toner.
Hello, and welcome to today's episode of the Truck Stops Here. I'm your host, Amy Toner, and you're listening to NATSO's podcast, The Truck Stops Here. NATSO is the National Trade Association for Truck Stops, and our mission is to advance the success of truck stops and travel centers, and this podcast is one of the many ways that we do it. Today, we have the distinct pleasure of interviewing Tristan Griffith of Sacramento 49er, and we have a special guest host, Afua Smith, NATSO's Senior Manager of Membership. Hi, ladies.
Hi, Amy.
Hi there. Hello. Okay, so hi. Afua is the lead on the NATSO Foundation's Bill and Carolyn Moon Scholarship Program, and Afua had asked Tristan to join the podcast because she's had several winners. So before we talk to Tristan, Afua, can you tell people about the scholarship program, what it's about?
Absolutely. The NATSO Foundation Bill and Carolyn Moon Scholarship is a unique award for students who are employed by the truck stop and travel plaza industry or are the legal dependents of employees. For 28 years, the Bill and Carolyn Moon Scholarship has been helping truck stop and travel plaza employees and their families further their education. 5 scholarships of $5,000 are awarded each year. I would like to encourage students in the truck stop and travel plaza industry that are enrolled in an accredited trade school, college, or university to apply for the 2021 Bill and Carolyn Moon Scholarship. Scholarship applications will be accepted through May 14th.
How are the recipients selected, Afua?
Scholarship recipients are selected based on an independent review that includes an essay exploring the applicant's connection to the truck stop and travel plaza industry, recommendations, academic merit, extracurricular activities, and community involvement. Now, Amy, I'd like to ask Tristan some questions. Tristan, you have had great success with the Bill and Carolyn Moon Scholarship. What is your secret to getting so many scholarship recipients?
Well, thank you, Afua. I'm happy to hear that. And also just to note, I'm proud to be a member of an organization like NATSO that offers this sort of scholarship. With that said, primarily we promote this incredible opportunity that's offered. I strongly encourage our employees. I post flyers throughout our travel plaza, but most importantly, we follow up. I think the key is individually speaking to those we know that could take advantage of this opportunity. You know, our managers have a relationship with each of our employees, and often through, daily conversations, they know who's in school or have children about to attend college. So, our managers will individually ask those employees as well, and following up and holding them accountable with gentle, intentional pushes and reminders of due dates, that sort of thing.
Excellent. You and I were talking a few weeks ago, and you told me that education is very important to your family. Tell our listeners about the role of education in your family.
Well, I think we could all agree that education is important for many reasons, right? And personally, I believe education can bring you the most success in life. And, I have young children, and I always tell them that through education and speaking to others and asking questions challenges the way you think and the choices you make in life. So, however, I realize college is not equally accessible to all. One being the cost of education, right? So no question, we all know how expensive college can be. So, or, additional schooling can be. So in fact, what I hear most frequently when I ask our employees or others is that they think they can't afford this additional schooling. So, however, through speaking to our employees and by educating them and explaining opportunities that are available, such as the Bill Moon Scholarship and the 49er Family Scholarship, these can help subsidize, if not get tuition fully covered. So if there was one way that, Sacramento 49er could help assist with this, with kids not attending college or furthering their education, then why not offer that opportunity to others?
Excellent. Justin, you kind of touched on this before, but I wonder if you can tell us some more about how you promote the NATSO Foundation Scholarship Program to your employees.
Yes, I did. On top of obviously, following up and posting the flyers, I think the biggest impact is explaining how high their odds are of winning this opportunity. So many scholarships that students are applying for are competing against hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of people. And while I don't know the odds of winning the NATSO Foundation Scholarship, I do know the odds of winning ours, which is quite high. So we explained that they can use this same application for 2 opportunities. So essentially it's sort of a 2-for-1 with great odds, right? And 5,000 is
a great point.
Yeah, that is. And you started talking a bit about the 49er Family Scholarship. And I believe you told me that the NATSO Foundation Scholarship inspired you to start the 49er Family Scholarship. Can you tell us more about your program?
Well, like I mentioned, yeah, absolutely. And like I mentioned before, we value education and we sort of, I guess you could say, copied the NATSO Foundation Scholarship as we thought it was just a great opportunity for our employees. And filling out these applications is a deterrent for many and a daunting task, right? So we tried, as the 49er tried to limit that and mirror that same application. So like the NATSO scholarship, we too offer up to $5,000 to employees and their immediate family members. The entire, I think the difference is the entire $5,000 may go to a single applicant, or it may also be spread out between several. In the past, we've had a couple applicants that we couldn't choose between. So we gave, we gave $2,500 to each. And this is just, a way for us to give back, much like NATSO's Foundation Scholarship has done the same and has helped our community. I guess, it's the old adage that give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, teach a man to fish and you feed him for life. So it's our way of doing that, much like NATSO has done. So I really appreciate learning from NATSO and what they've offered as well.
Are you the one that lets them know when they win, Tristan?
I am, yes. After
I
present the applications to my board, and then my board votes, and then I let them know. Correct.
Awesome. Yeah, AFWA has that job. I've done that job. That's a good one. It's nice to call and reward these students and travel plazas for their hard work.
Oh, it feels so good. And this is a lot of money and can sometimes help cover their entire additional schooling and education. So I've had some of our employees that received the news literally come to me crying. It's really, really touching. And they never thought this would be possible. So I explained that to them and this opportunity and this is the result, I guess.
Yeah. Oh.
All right. Well, thank you so much to both of you. Before we go, Appa, can you remind people how they can apply for it and where to find it, the dates and all that good stuff?
Absolutely. Folks can apply for the Bill and Carolyn Moon Scholarship by going to the NATSO website, which is www.natso.com, and then following the links to the Bill and Carolyn Moon Scholarship. The application deadline is Friday, May 14th. If you have any questions about the scholarship program, please email me at billmoonscholarship@natsofoundation.org.
Perfect. All right. Thank you for listening to today's episode of the Truck Stops Here. You can find us online at natso.com/podcast. If you have any questions or anything you'd like covered on the podcast, I hope you'll reach out to me at editor@natso.com. Thanks for listening.
The Truck Stops Here was brought to you by NATSO, the association representing truck stops and travel centers. Visit natso.com for more information. The Truck Stops Here is produced by NATSO in collaboration with Human Factor. Producers are Amy Toner and Darren Schulte.